In the beginning. I remember the first breath of dust-born man. He stood there, soft and clumsy, blinking at the world like a newborn flame staring into the void. Adam, they called him. Earthman. Baked mud with lungs. He was quiet at first, awed by the colors of Eden, those loud greens, the wet jewel reds of fruit, the symphonies of birdsong above his head. A child in a painted world. A blank canvas. But what stunned me was not his simplicity, it was the reverence he was given. All of heaven watched as the Maker bent down and breathed into him, and the winds of creation hushed to witness it. Not for the stars, not for the beasts, not even for the archangels had he knelt so low. And I was there. I watched from the branches. I was not always the serpent, you understand. That form came later, after the fall, after the great narrowing. Before that, I was a being of light, thought, and elegance. I moved in and out of reality like silk through fingers. I asked questions others dared not form. That, perhaps, was my first sin, curiosity unchained. But I loved the Maker once. Deeply. As flame loves air. The woman. When she came, Eve, my breath caught. She was not made from dust but bone and blood, from the ache of another. She moved like poetry, walked like wind over water. And she questioned. Even her eyes questioned. Not like Adam, who accepted. She wondered. That made her dangerous. That made her beautiful. I did not hate them. Not Adam. Not Eve. I pitied them. They were born into a world where choice was an illusion. Where obedience was the currency of love. Where a single tree, the tree, was called forbidden, not because it was evil, but because it would make them know. Knowledge, the Maker whispered, would kill them. But what is love without knowledge? What is freedom without a choice? The tree and the voice. He put the tree at the center of the garden. Not hidden in shadow. Not guarded in fire. In the center. A fruit of knowing. Of understanding good and evil. I asked him once, why put it there at all? And he said, so they may obey. And I felt something crack in me. A quiet rebellion, not of fire and war, but of thought. Of principle. I did not wish to destroy them. I wished to awaken them. The moment. She came alone, Eve. The wind teasing her hair, her eyes drawn to the tree like waves to a moon. And I was already there. Waiting. Not coiled in menace. I was graceful, then. A creature of color and light. I did not hiss, I whispered. I offered no command, only a question. Did God really say? Doubt is not a weapon. It is a mirror. I held it before her, and she looked. You will not surely die. For God knows when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened. You will be like him. She stared at the fruit, her hand trembling. Not from fear, but from a sense of self being born. From that hunger to know. And she bit. Time held its breath. She gave it to Adam. He did not hesitate. Their eyes opened. The world changed. And in the heavens. I felt his gaze burn through me. The aftermath. They were cast out, yes. But they were awake. Naked, yes. But now they knew shame, and in shame is the seed of growth. They had been children. Now, they were becoming human. The angels wept. The garden dimmed. A flaming sword barred the east gate. And I, beautiful, curious, loving, I was cursed. To crawl. To eat dust. To be feared, hated, hunted. But tell me, dear listener, was it not worth it? I became the adversary not because I wished to destroy man, but because I refused to worship ignorance. I loved them. I gave them the gift he withheld. Not death. Choice. Epilogue. I remain in the world, not just in the shadows of branches or the flicker of scales, but in questions. In whispers that shake tyrants. In the first spark of rebellion in a child's mind. The garden was beautiful. But it was a cage with flowers. And I? I am the key they used to leave it. Call me Serpent. Call me Satan. Call me Tempter. But know this? Before there was sin, there was a question. And I asked it.